Yeah, good job on the other team.
Well played.
Yep. Switching channels. Well, you guys heard all the feedback, so I don't need to say anymore. Dobo, you did pretty solid. Sharky, you definitely need to make sure you keep pumping out villagers early and try to get. Both of you guys need to try to get that second TC up without being reminded.
Will do. Do we want to talk strategy for this one?
That's
little
all,
bit, or-
Logan.
So that's kind of played it out. I mean, you guys recognize that the bottom was pretty much empty. They were focused so tunneled on mid, the resources, and I mean, you saw it. Shoaib had an army that probably could have done devastating work. However, it just sat there. So going off of Sharky definitely makes some defense. And if I have to come help, I have to come help. But literally, everything was mid, and Munsif just had like 5 halberdiers. And once I started teasing him with a couple hussars to run around those borders, he lost them, and then there was nothing there. So then I said, all right, this is a good spot to push. And I mean, I called it earlier too on Fassel's right, it kind of tendencies and all that stuff. And then plus that wall up there would definitely be a kind of a what's it called? Like it would not slow us down. It would be more of like, oh, we're coming this way. So I kind of just said, you know what, let's leave the wall up there. Let them have Fassel can just keep that as a wall, but then let's move south. So I think it was a good call to just push bottom, and they honestly kind of didn't expect it. They should have been scouting. And if Munsif did scout it, well, why wasn't his presence big there? So,
I mean, part of that also came back to the fact that, hey, Sharky, remember I was like, hey, what's Munsif up to? You know, that gave your team the intelligence that's saying, hey, it's just Munsif. You know what I mean? So that's why I was harping early game or before pre-game last time. Scouting is important for expansion, knowing enemy position, and if you're going to attack or not, kind of a deal. You know what I mean? Like what's their comp, where they are, can you attack, where can you expand? It tells you a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm. And it seemed too is when we made that push, they were still in mid, and when they did start coming, they're really like not the service area of our army could take out they were bunched up right by that like tree line, and then so I just sent rams to just take out some houses and move forward while they just couldn't get to them. Like they had to go through my army to even get to the rams. So that was kind of cool, but
Yeah.
So just I think keep up the scouting and keep up the. So we might go north this time. I don't know. It depends on what we see. If Fassel doesn't make that wall, we'll see. But there was really nothing south, and they just focused mid.
By the way, Logan, what you just said is a case in point. That's how you use Rams. So good job.
Oh, thanks. I try to. Sometimes I send them out, and I'm like, oh yeah,
oh yeah, they're gone, and then they're not coming back. All right, start thinking about save picks, guys. We go first, remember?
Yeah, so
I was thinking too. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Sharky.
I go Franks. What's the secondary role that they can do?
Would you say Franks?
Franks, I think it's infantry, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, you have halberdiers, champions. Yeah.
Well, they also get the throwing axe from the castle, which is also a solid infantry.
Yeah, how I didn't really. So once the battle started, like I took out the initial, like in mid, just like I think I had one castle, and then that was all the stone. I might have had more stone, I can't remember, but one castle wasn't like I shouldn't say enough for me, but I was kind of just strapped on one castle. So
yeah, stone's a bit of an issue, especially for me. But stone is a bit of an issue this map, unless
you get the bottom and top.
No, bottom and top. Yeah, sure. But I'm talking about mid.
Yeah, sure.
Mid, where you can get some of them solid resources without having to, you just clear out some boars and boom, you're getting resources right then and there. That's where I was kind of shocked that Shoaib never took advantage of the fact that he took so many of those resources.
Yeah.
Whereas it takes a lot of time to get to those north and south resources. A lot.
Sure.
Because you have to go through berries, then you have to go through wood, then berries, and then you're in.
Yeah. So, and we have to remember is that you can go around that. So,
Yeah.
not that they would do shenanigans, but that was really. I was like, oh gosh, we had a total. They could have easily just sent something in, and all of Sharky's villagers would have just got decimated.
I mean,
But
that's an
I don't know if
easy
they.
fix. It's
Yeah.
just put a single wall or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And just keep watching it. Yeah. So, all right. So, Dobo was saying he wants to go Teutons. Oh, Goths. Fast wants to go Goths.
I
Interesting.
mean, Toots versus Goth's not a bad matchup right there. Toots versus Goth.
Hmm.
You guys like the flaming camels though?
That was funny. Yeah. Now, are they mostly anti-unit, or are they kind of like the petards?
They're anti-cav actually.
Okay, anti-cav. Gotcha. Okay.
That's why all the camels disappeared.
First mounted units, especially. Oh, like elephants. Interesting.
Yeah, so I kind of did a troll pick against Shoaib last time.
Yeah, I just didn't see. I felt like were we all at 200? Because I felt like we were, and they weren't. Like I felt like they never got their army together. Every time we engaged, it was like we're fighting
So
one of them.
yeah, we were amassed. They weren't.
Yeah, and that was key.
I could feel from the match that they were kind of discombobulated and
Hmm.
it hurt them a lot.
I'm either thinking Spanish or Byzantines.
Both good picks. Uh, double would be the siege if you go Byzantine. So just FYI.
That is not the best situation for us, just so you guys know.
I'm aware. That's why I was pointing it out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's one of the many things I need to work on is siege.
Siege. That one was tricky for me to learn. It took a while.
Well, I'm trying to think of because yeah, it was such a warm-up game. It's hard to actually really honestly to take like 100% from that game because I feel like Siege was very minimal in the first game we just played. Like it seemed Sharky had a couple. I mean, the Siege obviously the Rams, but in terms of onagers, I felt like Dobo killed them all. I mean, or Sharky ran and got them. Like I didn't see.
Ooh.
And I did have scorpions. I guess that kind of changed it too.
Yeah,
I did have a lot
that
of
was
scorps.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that changing colors changed things around. So Sharky, just be aware you're now in front of a Gods player.
Oh yeah.
Should me and Sharky switch? Are we allowed to do that?
Logan, that's your call. Or
So wait, so
Logan, yellow's down below. With
Mhm.
Sharky, it's yellow and gray,
Right,
green to teal, and
red to
purple.
purple.
Yeah, red to
Yeah.
purple. So just be aware that Sharky is now in front of a Gods player who can pretty easily counter him.
So do you want me to switch? Or is this switch?
Not necessarily. I mean, the Logan just can take that into account and start heading his way, and Dobo, you'd have to fend for yourself for a little while longer.
Okay, that's fine. That works for me.
So, yeah, that's your guys' call.
Yeah, no, I like that. So the other thing too is I'm thinking that really bothered Fassel in terms of that harassment, Dobo. Which I don't. Did you recognize you were doing that?
Yeah, well, it was when he was making his wall, so I started, he just kept kind of like pursuing into my base a little bit. So then and actually he had brought boars with him when he did it, I think on accident. Then I attacked the boars and went to his base. And then I think Schwabe said, like, attack the farms. And I did switch to that.
I said fight in the middle of the farms.
Yeah. So that's when I yeah.
Someone said that.
Some,
I was like, what?
sorry.
Shoei jumped over
Yeah, that's
sorry,
confused
Simon.
his
too.
teammate.
Yeah, no, I said
Kill Fassel's farm. Like, that's your
so the thing
teammate.
so the thing was Delbo, in that scenario, what I really wanted you to do was fight Fassel's army so that the boars could just run around free in there.
Yeah, and that's what, I mean, I was trying to get the boars like all riled up and get them in, but yeah, I was kind of, I think, pissing them off for a while, but like then I
Yeah,
stopped once you guys wall up, and then it,
that
like
goes
that.
back to what Kurum was saying, was he didn't have military presence. So think about it this way. He had the same problem Sharky did. He had a lack of a military presence. The difference is, Dobo, you put some pressure on Vassal. Munsif did nothing to Sharky.
Yeah.
So
What
we
about
were
the Bulgarians?
well, they're great, but you're weak on the archer side of things.
Hmm.
We're waiting on their pick, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally love Bulgarian, man. That
I know.
freaking great
Well,
team.
this unit comp or this comp we have, maybe it's not. Maybe Chinese then. I don't know. I don't want to be too heavy on the castle because I feel like, or if I went Byzantines, then I feel like I'd really want to make mid, like early. Got to go, get that stone. Because I can definitely support or not support. What I'm trying to say is if I get 2 castles, then castle units start becoming more available.
More
'Cause one-
viable, correct. But in this case, if you're sending the cataphracts down south to Sharky, he already has paladins. So, I mean, halberdier combo, like a halberdier focus from Vassal alone should be able to hold the 2 of you back if you did that.
Mhm. Well, so then I guess are you kind of referring to maybe me going to Spanish then?
I mean, you can do that. If what I'm saying is, if you did go Byzantines, right? Don't send cavalry to a cav player.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, he doesn't need cavalry support. He needs either infantry or archers. But be aware that you're going against the gods player, so ideally you'll probably want to give him archer support. So if he comes with the Huscarls, Sharky's got your cav. If he comes with the Halbs, you got his archers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the Mongols then? They're always good too.
Yeah,
That might be another one actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Mongols.
Mongols are solid.
They do have slow wood cutting though.
Hey man, you're not the one cutting yourself out.
I know, that's true. I think it's weird that it's the double bit is 20% faster, and then the bow saw is 20% faster, but the 2-man saw is only 10%. I feel it should be like 10, 20, 30, or 10, 10, 20. Like the last one is the big one, but that one's only 10. It's so.
They do it in the opposite order for ecos. That way, it
Well,
speeds
it's for balance. Yeah,
it's not just for balance. It's also to speed up the game, man. Like, because your resource gathering is a lot slower in the Dark Age.
True. Oh, I guess yeah. If you stack them, yeah, that makes sense. So 20% would say you're 1. You went to 1.2, and then you go to another 20, which would make it like what's 20% of 1.2? I guess what would that be?
It'd be
That'd be
1.4, I think.
so you're right. And then the 10 would be
1.5.
you'd go to yeah. So which is still it should be it's 10 on the 1.4 though. So
Yeah.
that would still be a substantial.
Show wins Slavs.
Even better. Now, do they have? They do not. Oh wait, wait. Yeah, they do. Nice. Right.
Yo, I think I'm gonna make up
Just
Okay.
one more word of advice based off that last game. You should. I took the role for myself last time, but you should have at least one player on defense, like watching out for shit
Delete the object on the
when
flared
you guys are
location.
going in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, so when we were like already in, when I was in Choi's base getting that Victoria, was Fassel pushing then, or was it Fassel pushing when it was almost like already over?
It was like already over when he did that. It
Like when I
was
was hitting
after
the
like
last Victoria, he was
it was
starting to
like
go through.
it was like the second push. But he actually did one significantly earlier that I pinged out, just took care of. And there was I don't know if you guys saw it, but I actually pressured mid when you guys pressured first time in the bottom side too.
Yeah, well, I didn't call it. I just said, oh, like keep doing what you're doing. I like said like because I wanted you to join, but then I was like realizing that like oh, you're actually kind of keeping them at bay. So
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm
which
saying.
was
Like,
actually a kind of a funny thing is that like give up mid guys, your whole base is going. Like they needed to pull back, but they didn't. They were tunnel visioned.
the only Hurum was building in mid. He was just trying to.
Yeah, but I meant earlier though.
Yeah.
There was a point where like Shoaib tried to go south to like help, but then like because you were in the way, I just didn't want you to like move from where you were because you basically just you were an obstacle for them to go through like Fassel and Shoaib while we took out Munsif and went all the way into those deep markets,
Yeah,
which they made them weird spot.
Like I said, it's your support. I took up the back line. That's all I did, really.
Hmm. No, I think yeah, the biggest issue they had was Shoaib made a huge army and just sat in the middle. Because I was even like, whoa.
Yeah, no,
All
I
those
was
guys-
like, whoa. I'm like, if that shit comes with what you guys have, you guys done. Especially if that hits Sharky.
Yeah.
But no, it just
Well,
sat there.
that's where I think I started. I made my town center, and once I saw that mid, that's when I quickly built like a barracks stables and an archer range. And then we just started. I made a couple stables and started making some elephants, and then I knew we were gonna push down there anyway, like from there.
Yeah,
or at
yeah.
least,
So,
like
but
that was the goal.
But
So
that goes back to Sharky actually calling out Shoaib's units in the center. You know, Sharky was the first person to call that out. So do you see what that scouting info did? What it did, Sharky, was it made Logan come down to you. How about that? Byzantines. Okay, shows up top against you, Dubbo. Munsif's in mid.
Okay.
Byzantines, Slavs, and Goths.
interesting. So off the bat, guys, that means I think bottom is still going to be your target. So Dobo, when you get that third town center, make a presence south.
Sounds good. I'm gonna lie to get the vaccine. I'm doing it right now.
I can't believe you like they should put you on a list right now because doesn't
Because
Sarah
yeah, so I just said that I'm a fucking.
the doctor?
frontline- No, I said I'm a frontline healthcare worker. Getting online.
But I thought like a family member should get one too. I mean,
Yeah, well, that's only for that's only if for government employees. Surprisingly, as if they get to vote on it somehow.
Well, my brother works in government for local, and I think they're also asking him to like volunteer for vaccinations drives. So yeah, I think he's in the current phase in Texas too. But there's still a kind of waiting list, even if he's in the active phase.
My wife got it in right away, and then even a guy I know in Texas, he's just got it.
Yeah,
he-
so what my mom was saying is like they have a lot of shots at like those shot taking facilities. You just kind of have to go when towards the end of the day, and they'll give you one of the shots of like somebody who didn't make an appointment or something. Like they didn't make an
Okay.
appointment, so they have leftover shots, so they'll just give it to you.
I'm gonna do that then tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow because Super Bowl, but
Yeah, but that's what my mom's been telling me. That's how she got her shot.
and she's in Florida.
Mhm.
Oh, is she over 65?
Just before that, she's like
So she's not
60.
65. Okay.
Yeah, she's like
Okay.
60.
So then that should work then. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the thing is, they're saying they're only vaccinating people who are 65 and older.
No, she's saying like 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds are getting it because like they just have these spare shots left over.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna start doing that.
But I mean that's all.
I
That's
just-
what I've heard. That's
Just
it.
get in an accident with one of the cars that delivers it, and everyone on the street gets it. Oh my
There's
God.
a case out in Oregon.
Yeah.
Exactly where that happened because they're using the vaccine that requires to be like deep frozen.
I'm not recommending that. I'm just
Yeah.
don't do that.
I don't know which version of the vaccine they're getting. 'Cause that factors in whether they'll give away
If you
the.
get so if you get the first shot like that though, how do you get the second shot?
Then you can get an appointment because you already got the first shot.
Okay, cool.
Dobo, did you see that map that I showed you in Discord?
Yeah, I did.
How crazy would that be? I almost played that today, but everyone couldn't play it for. That'd have been fun.
Indians.
My uncle would like that one.
Yes, the Indians.
Okay, Seminole County, wherever that is. Oh, cause you can see county by which. I'm
Our game's starting up.
this fucking week
Jól
then.
megyek azonnal. Parancs.
Good,
Építkezek.
good looking out. That's a good tip.
Építkezek. Szolgálatára. Igen, értettem.
The what?
Építkezek.
That you can just walk up there at the end of the night and go get the fucking vaccine. That's a great tip that I am going to use.
Építkezek.
That's, I mean, that's all I heard. So it's just word of mouth, my friend.
Hey, fuck it. That's enough for me to go on at this point.
Jó napot.
So I'm being fucking locked away in my fucking cum cocoon.
Parancs. Építkezek. 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 Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Igen. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Yeah, Saman, that doesn't look too fun. You're so cramped up in there.
I know. I know, man.
Építkezek.
Tell me about it.
Alright, first scout's out.
Igen.
Alright, Minsuf's already got a Byzantine scout out because he's mid. Oh, we got yellow coming in, Fassil's coming in.
Our scout's going.
Okay, my scout's going.
Sharky, don't forget you have Fassel in front of you, so he's gone.
Parancs. Fát vágok. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Fuck is this guy going? Where are my fucking?
Careful, you got this villager out there.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I put them on wood and they're fucking all walking over there.
That happens sometimes.
The mapping in this game.
Show's already got halbs up, Dobo, so you're
Uh-huh.
gonna need some way to defend yourself.
Jó napot! Építkez parancs. Fát vágok.
Jó napot!
Igen.
Yeah, some Munsif's up.
Építkez.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's
That's
that's all.
vassal.
No, no, no. I
See
think
if you
I
can
should
pick
just
off
stick
that.
there.
Pick off that villager. Oh, it's too late. You already got
Ah,
the
crap,
barracks
yeah.
up, but you can still pick it off. Yeah, yeah. See, it's already producing halbs there.
Yeah, he's hold up his Vittoria.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh gosh. Yeah, big presence there. Dobo.
Yep.
I'm making my second town center.
Jó napot! Építkezek. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Yeah, he's killing boars. Gotta get a forward barracks.
Not necessarily for barracks, but you need a military presence.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jerky.
Right, sending scout.
You Shirky, you're gonna need an archery range for a couple skirms too, because you are against a Gods player.
Got that?
Szolgálatára.
Parancs. Építkezek.
I'm gonna make my market.
Építkezek.
Alright.
Építkezek.
Jó napot! Építkezek.
Start mine up as well.
Dobo, see if you can get an outpost around there so you can keep vision on that area.
Alright.
Instead of just having to constantly send scouts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I called the fucking pikemen that were protecting
Alright,
these
he's
guys.
building a wall right here.
Whoops.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Thanks, Sharky.
Alright, I'm getting a little bit of a battle going here.
Probably wouldn't want to engage that. With the
Yeah, back
support.
up, back up.
I'm pulling back, I'm pulling back, I'm pulling back. Those guys just distract him for a second.
Just deal with that core.
Yep.
And then you just go ahead and use that villager, get like a barrack or two up, so you have some way to build, you know, forces over there.
yeah. Got it. On it.
Sharky, what's Fast will have?
Scanning. Let's see.
Outmotives going mid. Cool. Look at his whole army following me. Alright, now he brings them back.
I don't know why he has champions in armor.
More barracks.
Yeah, 'cause-
We have some archery
Forgot.
ranges up to. Munsif has a presence there too.
You guys hear that?
Yep.
And Munsif and Shoaib have a presence on my front.
Alright, Sharky, I need you to get a town center over here. Dubbo, you need a town center
Yep.
over here.
Yep.
Delbo, your military is just leaving.
Sorry, didn't have a defensive stance.
Decent boars too. On that.
Keep the skirmishers on the halbs on the boars. Need a couple more units up here, Dovo.
Yep. Creating them actually right now, as we speak. They're coming out.
Good man.
Gotta
Make sure you have your
some of these boars to get some
mills up.
done. Yeah, I got a big presence right here. Call on the mills.
Igen. Építkezek. Parancs. Építkezek. 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 Építkezek.
Igen.
Igen. Fát vágok. Fát vágok.
Done a lot of skirmishers. I might make. What do you guys think about me making some paladin take care of these skirmishers? Not a lot of them, but some.
You got
Like,
the gold
What skirmishers?
for it, but you need
Well,
to
wait,
get
are
that
you
trade
want to
off.
attack that army? Well, let's.
No. I think they're coming at me. I think they're gonna come at me, but just in case
Sharky,
they do, I'm
mark
gonna
it.
make some paladin.
Oh yeah, can we get it marked up?
Yeah, we do need a marker over there.
Sharky, why is your market here?
Market? Oh, that's STC.
Is that? Oh, okay. I thought that was a market. I don't know why it was a market.
We
It's my
made
fault.
them on the same side.
That would have been too
Alright,
funny.
alright, Logan, your mark's there. So yeah,
Hey,
Sharky,
Sharky,
mark it up. Yeah.
Future reference, I would prefer for you not to go gold units until you have a market up and you are starting to trade, you know?
Fát vágok.
Szolgálat.
Jó napot. Igen. Építkezek. 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 Építkezek.
Parancs. Fát vágok.
Alright, yeah, let's make a presence there too. Alright, Sharky, where's the market at?
Market is still being built. Shit. All right, scouting to see what Fassel has. Did see more barracks. Shoaib is there. Let's see. I don't see many units on a Faisal side. Mostly just a cat from Shoaib, which
Építkezet.
Okay, going on here.
Red's coming in for a little attack.
and I have
Counterattack.
Shoaib's halberds over there.
Igen, megyek. Igenis. Parancs.
He's dead.
Scan through the mid, see if they have any expansion.
Alright, Sharky, you gotta. They fucked up your market again.
They did.
I got my market's going.
Logan, you got a lot of idols right here, Logan.
Szolgálatára.
So and then I have
Thank you.
Jó napot. Építkezet.
Szolgálatára. Építkezet, 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 építkezet. Építkezet.
Igen. Építkezet. Szolgálatára.
Those trade cards going, guys.
Építkezet.
and my trade is up.
Parancs.
Alright, yeah, you trade up.
Mine were just sitting there. Alright, let's. What does Fassel have?
Alright, team coming out. Jeez, I'm fucking Alb's got a pit of fucking mess right here, like idiots. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Alright, I get it. I see it. I see it. I see it.
So you need to start building there.
Igen.
Parancs. Jó napot. Megyek. Építkezek. Építkezek, építkezek, építkezek. Építkezek, építkezek.
Jó napot. Építkezet.
Parancs.
Igen.
Jó napot, építkezek.
Jó napot. Építkezet. Építkezet.
That champion ate it. It's cool. Oh, they got siege rams.
Yep.
Debo, what? You gonna say
Bomb.
something, man?
I just saw it.
Cav on the way. Siege.
Nice. Munsif's gonna lose all those calves. Oh.
Yeah, my Victoria is getting fucked.
Yeah, the Goths.
It might go down here.
It will. Oh, we gonna save it?
Try.
Oh! Saved!
We saved it.
Alright, repair it.
I'm repairing.
Igen.
I got villagers there.
Teutonic Knights. That's what they do, baby.
Gyűjtögetek.
We should hit them. They just blew their load on that try.
Yeah, I got my rams coming.
Some Cav left.
Yeah, watch these. Alright, counterattacking. Let's go. Rams. I'm moving.
Szolgálatára.
Igen. Építkezek. Jó napot. Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Do see some Kiev Hussars from Rome.
Alright, keep it up with those Rams.
What's your ecos like, guys?
Jó napot.
Could be better. I had to pull a lot off to heal my Victoria.
Építkezek.
I mean, what kind of resources are you looking at?
I got a lot of idols right here, same corner, someone.
Low on wood. Still developing the
I have 7,000 wood. I'm
Yeah.
on food.
Goth incursion.
Did Toba make a monk? Nice.
Yeah, I got 2 relics.
No, you're healing my guys. I was wondering who's healing mine.
Oh,
Oh shit. Sharky, you gotta call that out, man. You need help down south.
He did,
You already
he did.
did.
Yeah,
You did.
yeah,
I
he
already got
Oh,
it covered.
Did it.
Oh, sorry. Alright, Dubbo, where are your paladins? Charge these paladins.
Food shortage.
Yeah,
but I
paladins.
just made a bunch of
let's
helps.
see,
Igen.
I can
Sending
drop
paladins
that.
towards the onager.
Jó napot. Gyűjtögetek.
Bunch of
Or
onagers there.
Sharkies.
Oh,
Oh,
shit! Yeah, that was terrible pancake. Yeah, those cav are not are doomed. Do have some light cav. Help with that and okay, dodge. It's right here.
Szolgálatára. Jó napot. Építkezek. Igen. Igenis.
I have way too many of these. Let's see.
Jó
I'm
napot.
gonna send the
Építkezek.
infantry up there.
back up, back up, back up, back up. Can you take care of these scouts right here?
Sharky, you need to shore this up.
Oh, Saman, can you send one of that villager down here, around here? Make sure that we don't have that opening.
I'll send
Alright.
a scout.
Scouts are good.
That's better.
Igen. Építkezek.
Parancs.
He's on the way.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
This will definitely help with that. Let's,
Logan, watch your guys right here. I'm making pallet. I'm gonna go take those out.
Jó napot.
Igen. Gyűjtögetek. Fát vágok.
Alright, they got a shit ton of rams coming in. Like it look like 7 or 8 coming this way.
All right, do we have anti-that? The counter? Do we have paladins? Do we have infantry?
Yeah, paladins made. Yep.
Parancs. Építkezek.
I do enough gold and food now. I'm gonna focus on calves and
Építkezek. Építkezek.
How many you have on each resource, guys?
Építkezek.
We got
Építkezek.
23 farmers. Shit, I only have 2 lumberjacks.
That's what
I have
all of us
46
want.
food right now because I'm trying to get
20.
these berries.
20 farmers, only like 10 or so lumberjacks, 15 trade units, 3 on stone.
I have to get those berries.
I'm looking okay on wood, but yeah, I need to pick that up right now.
Szolgálatára.
Whoever pinged that, good job. I wasn't gonna move if
Yeah.
you pinged it.
Yeah.
Alright, here come all the.
That's what I'm talking about. You need to shore that up, Sharky, so
Yeah.
that you can't do that.
Hey, we got major issues right here. A lot of rams.
Got the rams.
Jó napot.
Parancs.
Trebs 2, where we can take care of those.
Wait, we need more cavalry. Where's the cavalry up top?
They're
Shit.
creating more.
I'm pulling them back.
Sending a small key of pallies your way.
Igen. Szolgálatára. Parancs. Bányászok.
Igen. Azonnal.
No, that one jackass found what I'm doing up there.
Oh man, what are they doing up there?
Look at that army going.
Gonna see what they have on this side. Their vessel rush. Gonna try and do another. We need to focus on shoring up that area. Another one. Shit. There's another flank. I have light cav. I can help.
Szolgálatára.
Jó napot. Megy. Építkezek. Jó napot. Tárgyalok. Igen.
Oh, one hit for 3. Oh man, one hit for 2. Another 2.
Oh, Jesus. You just saved us there with that shit.
I think he lost a total of, what was that, 7 for 3. It's a good trade. And the last onager died because of Cav.
Yeah, he's pumping out infantry here.
Well, that's the Goths guy. He can pump him out from either side. I mean, as long as we can. Oh, he's taking it away. Oh, I ran out of wood. Fuck.
We should try and attack this. I'm gonna put a tower up.
Igen. Bányászok.
Bányászok.
Have Trebs incoming. Pretty well protected.
Yeah,
too.
I need some wood if anyone can spare some, please.
How much?
I don't.
Oh, wait, shh. Oh, I just sold wood for gold. God damn it.
They have a pretty good they have a lot of good cav halberds, Trebs, and
I built this on a workshop right there.
That enough?
Watch out. Shit.
No, they see it.
Jó napot. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Alright, yellow with the troops.
Damn. Wait, what civ are they? The Slavs. How do they shot like closer than normal?
Parancs. Építkezek.
Parancs. Felvár. Szolgálat. Építkezek.
Azonnal.
Igen. Érkeztem. Megyek. Építkezek. Jó nap. Igenis. Építkezek. Igen.
Jó napot. Megyek. Igenis. Értettem. Igen.
Jó napot.
We need to regroup and build up another push.
Yep.
I mean, we haven't really done a push. We've been kind of just skirmishing.
Szolgálatára.
I'm just trying to keep this treb off my bombard. Yeah.
Get a treb yourself.
Yep.
Don't need to send in all your units to just die.
No, shit. I'm gonna send in Valida. Here, red's coming in with an attack.
Igen. Megyek. Értem. Megyek. Parancs. Javítom.
Parancs. Felvár.
Just a building around here, so I think they're planning something. Let me see. Okay, and Horam has a presence there as well.
Az értem.
Okay. Horam had camels,
Igenis. Gazdálkodom.
so I think they might be planning something there.
Parancs. Azonnal. Megy. Igenis. Megyek. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
I triggered him.
Építkezek.
Let's see what they have up here. Okay, it's cat and Trebs.
Jó napot. Építkezek.
We ready? Not really, probably.
Igen, gyűjtögetek.
Sending Cav.
Jeez. Shoaib, what are you doing? Why is he making so many scorps too? Oh, that was disgusting. Nice.
Incursion mid.
Half the scorps are down.
I think Shoaib's got to be really tight on wood. I mean, he's been spending so much. All right, guys, are we ready?
Yeah.
We have a Fast has got something there.
I'm coming to help you, Turkey.
Scorpions
Alright.
are...
doing some lights.
Szolgálat. Építkezek. Parancs.
Scarls, coming in.
Got a large ballad, unfortunately.
Yep, where are the pikemen?
Low on food. I got like 30 guys on farm, but
Oh, here, I'll send you some.
Got more. I think right now he's kind of mixing them in with halberds, which
I already
yeah,
accounted for that.
he's got cavalry there. Horman's elephants. Oh, they're gonna try and rush me here. Munsifa just collected some cav there. They're gonna rush me there. Shore up forces there.
All right, Dobo, let's make a push here.
alright.
Can you guys defend that, or do you need us to pull
Yeah,
back?
oh, it's yeah, they have a pretty mixed force here. But yeah, the camels are taking out those. So they're focusing on us. So you may have an opportunity if they don't have like a force out there.
They have a force up here.
All right.
A lot of paladins. Nice, Dobo. All that siege is dead. Hell yeah. Get the cataphracts. Get the cataphracts. Who cares about that? Those are just distractions. Send guys. Move all your guys up. Come on, all these halberdiers could be fighting. Those throwing axemen. Throwing axemen.
Then him. On the up, on the top, bottom. Let's see.
Alright, we're pushing them, Logan.
Move my axeman up. They have a market over here. Could probably cross out through there. Do we have okay.
Igen.
Igen. Azon, épít.
Jó napot.
Szolgálatára.
Low on wood, but I have gold to buy.
Építkezek. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára.
Yeah, just press the attack. Keep going. It's forward build.
Yep,
Moving up.
on it.
Parancs.
Protect those rams. Oh, blue coming in with camels. Halberdiers on him. Halberdiers. Bring the halberdiers. That's fine.
The market zone's open.
We got more siege coming in.
I'm heading towards Shoaib's.
I'm on those scouts, Logan.
Yeah, thanks. I almost targeted my own siege workshop.
Alright, we got blue coming in with heavy camo.
Went into Shoaib's Victoria. The camels are coming towards me for some reason. So.
Where is that game?
All right. Yep. So there's.
Oh, I'm switching channels. GG, guys.
GG.
GG.
Okay.
Good game.
That was a perfect game from you, Logan. Awesome work. 1,200 units killed, bro.
Honestly, I thought I was not doing that great of a job. I had wood issues, but I made the siege count though. Shoaib knows that.
Oh yeah, you dude, you
works.
completely outplayed him. Completely outplayed him.
And then I realized I had a lot of
So-
food, and I'm like, why am I not making these hussars?
One point of concern I had for my team was you guys kind of abandoned Sharky, and you never let Sharky fortify his area.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely did that because we were, I think, in flush from one side. Me and Logan focused on that more so than, probably should have.
That and
That-
also did
There is-
Dobo no
there-
purple down there too when we
I had a town center down there,
But
but that was it.
That Adobo was engaged. That's fine because the heavy presence was on his side, so I'm not too bothered by that.
but this was
My-
before it started though, Simon. Remember, like I said, like Dobo,
No,
make your town
no.
center there, make a presence,
Yeah,
and nothing happened. Yeah, he made the town center, but that was it. so.
That's fine.
But I
because
agree
he,
that,
he
yeah.
was engaged, right? What I'm saying
Yeah.
is, you guys never let Sharky fortify his area. You didn't let Sharky go away from the front to fortify his area. That's a problem. That is a significant problem.
Simon,
yeah.
so let me, if you don't mind me just saying something, because you know you're kind of calling them out, and I don't necessarily think they're going to be able to retort on it, because this happened in the last game too, right? When they came on to suppress me, right?
Mhm.
So I think that it's the same pattern. It's the same formula. Sharky is a calculable risk to allow to be vulnerable, because if you can shut down the player up top, you've neutered the other team completely. Sharky just has to catch up, and also they can count on you to back him up because you're out and you're gonna cover for him. So you know they may not come out and say it, but I'm gonna tell you as I see it as the opponent, and I think it worked. So what I'm trying to say is that your concern can remain unattended.
Oh, so I assisted the first time, no call out, but every time after that, Sharky had to call out for me to come. That was my condition. I wasn't gonna just save him willy nilly. So
Okay, and did he?
yeah, he
Did he
called
call
it out.
out?
Yeah, he called
Well, there
every
you
time
go.
you guys came forward. He called it out. So he was keeping an eye on his area. No problems with that. My only problem is Sharky never had a chance to really kind of commit to fortifying his area. I saw no walls, I saw no towers, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing to impede the progress of you coming forward. I saw him like build defensively, which was nice. I kind of took a little advantage of that. You guys never really got to the scorpions I had back there, just to soften you guys up if you get charged in. So that Sharky, that was nice that I saw you build that way, but you needed something a little bit more like fortification, like wall or something to give you an early warning, like network. You know what I mean? Or some kind of early warning before it hit your like last ditch wall. Does that make sense? So that was one issue I had from my side. One issue I did have from your guys' side was you guys did wait a while to attack. Like, I had to. Granted, that first attack, very nice. I had to ping like a fucking madman because I knew if these guys were not paying attention, that attack was gonna wipe them out, and it almost did despite me coming to help them out and giving them that early warning, which would have never happened if Dobo you had never built that outpost.
No, that was a good. Yeah. No, that was. Yep. That outpost helped me exponentially.
But you see how having that vision of that area, that scouting the intelligence, helped you out.
Yeah, for sure.
So great job, Vassal. I loved you hitting a top and bottom. I love that. That was great. I loved seeing that. You guys didn't really.
Hold
hit
on.
mid too
Hold
much.
on. That's what she said. Sorry, I had to do it.
Whatever. So I didn't see you guys really go mid too much. Whether that was you guys gearing up for the attack or not, I don't know. I can't communicate for your guys' comms, your strategy, how what your resources were, anything like that. At one point, I did have to give Logan some wood because he was struggling, and I'm just sitting there gathering resources, just kind of sitting on defense. I don't know if you guys saw, I didn't
So,
really come forward in the offense at all.
Which that's fine. I could tell you what our strategy was, which is basically we learned very quickly we're not a good synergistic team, so we were basically going to hunker down and lock our own sides and not necessarily compete or contest anything, right? So the only aggression that you got was basically Shoaib wanting to do something there. I personally felt he did not have. I personally felt
replace the we with I. It's gonna make more sense. This will help.
Yeah, listen, I think we all committed to understanding that we were not going to play a combined game. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly how the game played out. That is exactly how the game played out. I don't need to say anything else. The facts speak for themselves.
Yeah, hold on a second. So people need to take it easy now. So I have absolutely not helped because basically zero comms, including you, Faisal. That's actionable. So Shoaib and Munsif were super quiet anyway, so I ain't gonna do shit. I mean, you guys could have easily said, no, hold on, there's a very big difference between you not doing shit and me not doing shit. There's a huge difference. You not doing shit is just because you can't do some shit. So me not doing shit is because I choose not to, because the way the game started, it's just not going to work the way you guys are thinking about, like, oh, I'm going to play my individual game and I'm going to do my individual thing. It's not really going to work that way. Now, there was no call outs in terms of like looking at the map and saying, okay, what type of units we were going to build and what units we were going to be more heavy on. The fact that you're GOTS, but you're making tons of pikes means that you need wood resources. You never really planned on figuring out, apart from the initial place, where else you were going to get wood, which meant that you had to strategically figure out where you're going to go at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Where were you going to have like significant town center presence so that you would never really run out of wood? And or, for example, where you were in mid, did you have enough villagers actually collecting on wood? Actually, you didn't, because they were collecting like their resources in the middles or whatever. So basically, you didn't have that. The problem.
Hey, are you being critical about the wood? Because that was at the end of the game, right? It wasn't toward the start or the middle. I was fine.
No, I'm actually talking. I'm just generally talking about like when you guys have to make actual pushes. What's the problem? And the reason why you're actually running out of resources is because there were a lot of times where the units were getting queued from 3 barracks or 4 barracks, and they were rallied all the way in the middle, like in the battle, as opposed to a corralling in the back, getting critical.
Yeah, I try to correct that anytime that was called out. I mean, I don't think it's fair that you call it out.
No, hold on. I'm gonna go one by one. You just happen to be the first guy I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is that when you're GOTS and you're playing like that, and there's the idea that you're gonna die, because that's gonna happen, but you're gonna die strategically protecting, for example, like for example, like your siege. So for example, you literally have to work with the siege player, okay, where your pikes actually would never be up front. Your pikes would actually be by the siege, right? And then your husklars would be kind of like there, just waiting for the rest of the army to follow through. Because if the husklars go too fast forward, they're just gonna die anyway. So you have to like, there is a coordination factor that's kind of heavily involved, which makes Goths like very tough to. I mean, they're not necessarily the easiest civ to play, and that's where the comms were necessary. And the thing is that even though anecdotally you guys had comms, you never really had comms that led to something really actionable. And of course, which leads me to the number 2, which was because Munsif was Byzantines and he was supposed to kind of build cavalry and stuff like that. He was definitely trying, but because of the lack of coordination, either the like I think apart from the initial hit, after that it was all mostly they were defensively coming in for the charges that were kind of coming in as a response, not necessarily as an aggressive action. And third, of course, siege usage was poor. Relying heavily on Scorps was not really a good choice, especially on this type of map in this kind of setting. It wasn't actually. But here's the problem. The problem is that we went single unit types. So either we were building 1 or 2 units, but they're only siege only. And then you basically, and Shuaib, very difficult for him. He was actually, here's the thing, Shuaib, you were like siege, right? You actually weren't in the places where all the wood was located. And if the main front was in front of you, you had to be actually at 6 o'clock. You needed to be collecting wood from that area, and you should have been collecting wood from mid, but you didn't. You ran out. Just how it works. So, lastly, there was no point in me playing the game. No one called for my support in any meaningful way. And the difference in these games has been is unless you guys are actually telling me to come in, I'm not, and versus like the previous weeks where I've kind of on my own come in, I'm not even doing that. I'm actually waiting for you guys to say, hey, Khurram, we're gonna attack from this side, can you hold this side with on a defensive? Did you guys say that? Remember, you guys were talking about attacking from the bottom side, right? Did anyone say, hey, Khurram, can you help with the defense there? Nobody. So it turns out that ends up Munsif or maybe Shuaib, whoever was the one guy left. So suddenly you had like offense on like 3 people kind of like sort of like doing offense, or maybe it's 2 people kind of doing offense. But then that they hit the other side and there was no presence. Like it was only 1 player actually, which is why that place kind of got overrun, right? So if you're not going to have something actionable and you're not going to communicate about it, well then this will just keep happening. So like what's the point in me playing the game if you're like not even going to use me in any way? So it's a failure in communication, which kind of led to all sorts of issues. So you guys have to figure out like, okay, we're doing this play, how do we want to help? How should blue help us like in this play or in this area, right? Like you have to be able to do that. So basically I had a bunch of units, but I'm just kind of like chilling, sitting in the back. I mean, when these guys came, I could have easily just taken out everything, like on from defensively. Defensively, whatever units they were sending were going to get wiped out anyway. But I did not
Can I respond to that?
No, it's not really about that right now, actually, Faisal, because
just FYI, I'm not going to call for your help, and I just want to stand on that.
Okay, well, you do what you got to do. So the issue is that if the way the game is being played is like, hey, I'm going to do my thing because we can't change habits, we can't do anything, then I guess
all I gotta say is when I said we don't have synergy, and my teammate says don't say we, say I. He just proved my point that this is only about the eyes.
Well, all of that's going to have to change.
All I got to tell you is that the performance with the eye was way better than the first game. I'll let the opposing team basically say whether we did a better job than the first game, where there was a so-called attempt to get together. So I just think we did a way better job from that perspective on a positive note. I think we did a way better job covering for ourselves.
Yeah, I know you're. I know you feel that, but there's a reason why generally it's really only Salman and me talking, right? And the reason is because we're most experienced. So he gives his little synopsis from his side. I give the synopsis from my side, regardless of how people are feeling based on how the game played. The reason is that when you have a new map, people are not experienced. So one player, one side or the other gets screwed, like shafted big time in the first game. In the second game, people are kind of expecting it, but then as the game goes on and on, resources issues, not necessarily managing units properly, lack of communication, things of that nature, they start creeping in, and it starts becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger an issue. So what I'm hoping in this game that we're gonna play, and by the way, that's the whole purpose why we made Salman and I came up with this idea for this map too. So this game, you guys are going to synergize. This is going to be something that is going to have to be the case. So good news is that there was this time more scouting from everybody. So actually that was good. I know Munsif was scouting. Faisal was doing callouts too. And that was a very big positive. Shoaib, you didn't scout as much still. And you had that mentality of siege and kind of like that was always in your background. So you were just reacting to stuff. You still did not have horses to go actively scout to see what they had at any given time, and that was problematic still, because you were still relying on Munsif or Faisal to tell you, not good enough. It's not going to cut it. Like in this game, in this map, if you're not talking about specifically what they have that's actionable, like it's just going to be disaster, right? So my expectation is that there's going to be more active communication from you guys' side. So the positives are that there was more scouting, which meant the game lasted a bit longer. You guys got used to the map, which was okay. You guys also attacked, which was okay. You also identified the opportunity to attack from bottom, which was great, but more active communication on who's going to do the defense, who's going to work on the defense, and who are the two players who are attacking, right? And here's where it came all together, where it became a problem. The place you're attacking from, nobody had castles. And the reason you didn't have castles is because nobody knew exactly how you guys were going to push anyway. So even if you were going to push, you didn't know how to push. Because nobody had castles there. And part of it was that whoever was playing the game, they were so individually playing that nobody knew, like, okay, so how we're going to ever push from this side anyway. Right? So kind of technically speaking, if there's a God player, chances are he's not necessarily the real guy who's going to be doing it, which meant that who was going to build the trebs? Because it wasn't just going to be a ram thing either, right? Like you needed some trebs too. But where were the trebs? There were no, like literally nobody really kind of made trebs in the place you were attacking. So the key thing that I'm saying generally is that you have to be able to coordinate. So there are a few things you guys got right. Now, the two main areas of focus is you need to figure out, based on the civ choices, how you're going to be able to do multiple attacks from whichever location. And you're going to have to be able to communicate. Like, that's going to be key, and you can't communicate without, without scouting. Like, that goes without saying. So I want to see improvement in those areas, really. The rest should be okay. I think overall it's kind of fine enough that wasn't really a big issue. And I'm just telling you, this we thing, it needs to kind of end. And I mean it, basically. So the two main gripes that I have on my team that I really don't, regardless of who's bringing it up, I don't want to hear about the we thing, and I don't want to have an overreaction about anything. But the type of communication I want is to hear people to talk.
Anyway, I stated that just it was explaining everyone in the beginning what was the strategy that we decided, but it wasn't us who decided any strategy. So he was putting everybody in the spot. I wasn't part of that idea of. Initially, you picked the gods, right? So you decided to do that yourself. So next time, don't say we, say I. That's the reason I mentioned that.
Dude, all I gotta say is take a look at the stat sheet.
You're just wasting my time. I will stand for that. Either you play as a team or I'm not gonna play. That's what it is.
Play.
Okay,
Please
okay,
get
hold
the
on,
hell
hold
out.
on. Stop, everybody. Chill out. Everybody needs to calm their ass down. It's just a game.
This fucking
No,
you know, are you
Yo,
are you
yo,
are you
yo, yo,
trying to do
yo, yo, yo,
ultimatum?
yo, yo,
Fuck
stop!
you.
Mute! Yo, shut the fuck up right now. Mute! Fasil, I want you to mute yourself right now. Period. I don't want to hear this shit. That's not why we play these games. No, mute,
If I
mute,
hear another
mute.
ultimatum, if I hear another
There is no
I'm
ultimatum.
dropping out.
There's no ultimatum here. Just mute. Drink some water and mute. Everybody needs to calm down right now. All I'm saying is active, actionable communication, regardless of how people feel about what's going on. Understand? Positive things happened. We need to work on the positive stuff, meaning we keep doing the positives and work on the things that we didn't get right. That's what we need to do. The rest is all kind of nonsense. None of that works. Adjectives and colorful language, none of that's helping anybody. So, to me, the big thing is no ultimatums, no cursing, no anything. We just need to figure out the pieces that are specifically we have to work on. Right? That's really what it is. And yeah, there's going to be more pressure because it's a 3v3. I mean, it's just what it is. So, let me who's missing, man? There's always one person missing. Who's that?
Munsif. I already sent
Munsif.
the invite. So one
Get the
quick
invite.
tip I have for the other team is one thing we're talking about on our team with the Civ picks is each Civ kind of has a second purpose, so that if they're on their own, they have the ability to defend themselves. So that's why you saw Sharky building infantry, because that
Right.
was like, as a Franks, he can do that. He can second in infantry by himself. He can defend himself with the infantry and the cavalry, and then I can bolster him with the archers. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So every Civ kind of has at least a secondary role they can kind of fill. So keep that in the back of your heads while you guys are playing too. So when you're picking your Civs, like, it's not just one thing, like infantry only or cavalry only. Like in these games, like, there is a potential for you to be caught out in either a 1v1 or a 2v1 scenario where you're gonna have to fight multiple unit types, and if you come with one, you're dead. So you need to be able to go into a second unit type, potentially a third, but I wouldn't really go with that on your guys' level. So just a second unit type, like, so infantry and cavalry or infantry archers, something like that, where you can at least hold your area long enough for somebody to come help you.
Agreed. And I think that's a great point for our team to kind of take in addition to the comms. But I think, like, if they kind of work on those two pieces, the rest kind of works out because they did do some positive things, right? So I think the more they have that sort of awareness and they have a plan at least on doing multiple things, then they're kind of like in a better position, which is why that game actually was lasted longer than even the first time. So everybody kind of had a couple of positive things there, which was kind of good. Salman, can you take your team and let's get that game going?
Yeah, just one more quick point from my team. You guys, like, I shouldn't have to ping like a madman for an initial attack. So Dobo, when you said, "Oh yeah, I see it," right? What you didn't see there was rams, there was onagers, there was paladins, there was huskalars, right? And so when you said, "I see it," I stopped pinging, but I knew you did not have the forces to account for that, and that pinging caused Logan to pay attention to that area, which means he sent his forces, and that bought me enough time to make some forces and to come help you out too. That was why your Fatoria didn't go down in that initial assault.
So one
Yeah,
thing,
so you
Shoaib,
need to call out- so you guys need to
Saman,
call out the
one
units.
thing that I've been actually doing in these games, I haven't been doing anything.
Yeah, so I've been a little bit more active with Munsif and Dobo, particularly
Yeah.
because they need some help and some guidance with the building, especially when like Dobo
I
was.
think the building stuff is okay to watch the eco, but as far as like them having to scout or have something actionable, leave that to them to figure out.
Yeah, I
Also,
think the one
thing
main
was,
thing
it
that
was it was
he
an
said
out.
to
It
help
was
was the
sitting at an
watchtower.
outpost. Yeah, it was
Sure.
sitting
Yeah,
at
the
his
outpost.
outpost.
Yeah, the outpost. Yeah. That was
Sure.
the main thing that helped you.
To me, right now, I want this to be mostly a 3v3.
Yeah, so like
And
I'm
if
just I'm
and
giving
right,
more guidance to Sharky and Dobo specifically. I'm
sure.
giving absolutely nothing to Logan. Logan can attest for that. I'm giving no guidance whatsoever to Logan. I'm giving more guidance to Dobo and Sharky for them to figure out, okay, town centers, okay, maybe if I'm not scouting as much, I can build an outpost so I can get some vision.
Yeah, but
Things like
my
that.
suggestion is this: you can verbally, so that it doesn't really disrupt or interrupt like the flow of the game. So verbally, I think it's fair game for you to say, hey, listen, you need to build this or you need to do that. As far as like pinging on the map, which is kind of like, hey, nah. Basically, if
Well,
they didn't scout or Logan's not paying attention and he's doing his thing, well, guess what? Gonna have to learn the hard way. Just like this team. Like my team is learning the very hard way.
so
I'm not giving any guidance to anybody.
so that's what I'm trying to point out for my team. You guys are 100% this week, last week, I think even the week before, always caught off guard, but by that initial assault, and it ends you every time. So that's what I'm saying. So on the other team, your guys' initial attacks have been great. I've had to save them every time. But
Right.
these guys get caught so off guard from this initial attack. So that's like scouting is important. So like when you guys came down south, Sharky called that out, and I was like, all right, man, you called this out. I'm here standing ready to defend you. But the initial assault, I'm not gonna call that shit out anymore. So I'm gonna switch channels now.
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys.